Hey, how you doing? Since I've been on this hell kick weight loss journey, lots of you have been asking me about the food and the diet side of things, because that's something that a lot of people have told me either in comments or on emails that they struggle with. Most people can do some kind of physical activity, but when it comes to the food and the diet, then that's always going to be a problem. So I've got 5 tips. These are things that I've learned. These are things that help me, and hopefully they'll help you. Number 1, once you commit to this, and you have to commit to it, just do it and keep doing it. If you fall off the wagon, and let's face it, we're all human, I've fallen off the wagon, you get back on straight away. So example, you fall off the wagon, you have a load of crap food at 2 p.m. of a Wednesday. You don't wait until like Thursday or Friday or the next week to start again. You start and get back on the wagon at 5 minutes past 2. 2:05. That's when you get back on the wagon. You don't stay on the ground. You get back up and you get on the wagon. No matter what you've eaten, no matter what you've drank, going, oh, I've screwed it up. That's what you're going to think. Forget about thinking like that. If you fall off the wagon, it's okay. But falling off the wagon continuously is going to be a problem as well. So keep that in mind. It's not an excuse just to go, oh, sure, I fall off, I can start again. Because you're never going to start again. Because if you keep falling off the wagon, you're going to keep starting and starting and starting. And if you keep starting, you're not getting anywhere to the finish line, let alone the halfway mark. See, the thing with all of this is it's all in your head. It's all in your head. Okay? So it's all in your head. It's all to do with the food. It's going to be tough at the very start. I'm not going to be BSing you. It's going to be tough because you're going to have sugar cravings. You're going to have this craving and that craving. And you're going to miss some of the good, bad stuff, if you know what I mean. So it's all in your head. Stay strong, but just keep doing it. And you got to commit to it, because there's a point comes where you have to going to say to yourself, enough is enough. I'm too heavy. I'm too out of shape. I can't go on like this forever. I want to live a life. Okay? That's number 1. So, number 2, do not start of a Monday. Psychologically, we're all conditioned to start on the 1st of the month, or the first day of the month, or the 1st of January, and most people go, sure, it's the weekend. Look, you know what now? I'll be good from Monday. So psychologically, we've got Monday into our heads, and it's easier to fail of a Monday than any other day. So what I'm suggesting is that you actually start of a Wednesday, or a Thursday, or a Tuesday, or a Saturday, any day except Monday. So let's say you start of a Wednesday. So you got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then you get to the Monday, and by the time you get to that next Monday, you're already half a week through, but it feels a lot longer because in your head, psychologically, you're going into the second week, and by the time you get to the end of that second week, then you're going to start feeling a lot better. By the end of the third week, you're gonna start going, okay, I'm really feeling good. Physically, you might be after losing a little bit of weight. And then by the 4th week, you're going to be saying, why didn't I do this a long time ago? And the important thing here is that you need to start when you say you're going to start, because if you decide to start tomorrow and you don't start at all, then in a month's time, you're going to say to yourself, if I only had started on that day I said I was going to start. That was 6 months ago. Where would I be now? So that's a very important thing to remember. All right. Number 3, there is no fast way to lose weight. There is no easy way to lose weight. Technically, you can lose it quick, but sustainability is something that you're not going to be able to do for the long term. A lot of these diets that promise everything are complete and utter fads. Yeah, you lose something for the first couple of weeks, but what happens then in like 3 months' time or 6 months' time when the weight is going back on? I've asked loads of experts. I've done loads of research. My own nutritionist, David Galvin, he's explained all this to me as well. So I'm passing this info on to you. So there is no easy way. You're just going to have to do it. There is no easy way. I cannot say that hard enough. But the hard way and the long way, which is the only way and the best way, it's not that hard and it's not that long. So what you need to do is prepare. Okay, so what I do, I cook a whole load of food, me say of a Sunday or a Monday, and stick it into the fridge or the freezer, and that lasts for the week. That's what I do. So when I come in from work, I know exactly what I have to eat. I pull it out, I stick it into the microwave, done. Breakfast, I do the same breakfast every day, same snacks, same lunch. So it's no mind melt, there's no running around. When you're doing a shop, you know exactly what to buy, and that's it. So write a menu, whether it's sweet potatoes and steak of a Monday, whether it's a chili on a Tuesday, whether it's a chicken curry on a Wednesday, and so on and so forth. So prepare. All right. Once you get into the habit of it, now my Sunday or Monday for 2 or 3 hours, or maybe even less, is just make a whole load of food. And then the rest of the week is a dawdle. I just roll in and eat, as I said. So that's something that you're just going to have to get into, but it's something that you have to do. Here's the thing. Nobody's going to do this for you. You have to do this yourself. All right. The end of all of this, when you get to where you want to be, the sense of achievement is going to just explode your brain all over the place. All right, so that's number 3. Number 4, and we're talking about tips to help you with your diet. I don't even want to call it a diet. It's a lifestyle change. It's a health kick, whatever you want to call it. But a diet, I don't know, it always kind of reminds me of those fad things as I've spoken about. Right, okay, so here's the thing. What should you eat? See, everybody is different in what they eat. Not everybody likes veg. I'm not a huge veg guy at all. So when I spoke to the nutritionist originally, he's like, what green? I'm like, I don't eat greens. I don't eat broccoli. I don't eat cucumbers. I don't eat any of that stuff. That's good for you. So I can only tell you what I eat, what works for me. You're going to have to figure that out yourself. So for breakfast, I do a wholemeal bagel, 2 streaky bacon, 2 eggs, 1 turkey sausage. That's my breakfast. And I do that 7 days a week. And I love it. You would think, what about a fry? I don't miss those fries at all. And even my wife has rolled into this breakfast and she really enjoys it. The kids like it. And it's, and you can have a little bit of low sugar ketchup. It's like a normal breakfast. Okay. That's what I do for breakfast. For lunch, I normally do a wrap or a burger with a wholemeal bun. So the wrap generally consists of onions, peppers, Frank's hot sauce, a little bit of light mayo, and chicken. That's it. Happy days. It's really good. It's like, does that sound bad to you? Dinner, what I've got into the habit of doing is I might do a week of chili, I might do a week of chicken curry or something like that, but I'll break it up throughout the week with like steak and sweet potato. Maybe I'll do a burger and a wholemeal bun, and that's kind of what I do. That's what I eat. That has what's lost about 80 to 90 pounds for me over the last number of months. And I'm doing it consistently. Okay? Consistently. You got to keep doing it. 80% of this is food. Everybody will not tell you that, but I am. 80% of it is food, okay? The activity and the physical side of it, of course that helps, but 80% is what goes in here, all right? So keep that in mind. And I mean, speaking of the activity stuff, if you don't do any activity, then, that's fair enough too. But even, I go to the gym twice a week, okay? Twice a week I go to the gym, and outside of that twice a week, I walk or attempt to run every 6 or 7 days. I might take like 1 day off in the week. And I'm not running marathons or walking marathons every single day. I'm doing 2 to 3 kilometers at a pretty good pace, a sweaty pace on the walk, and obviously a very sweaty pace on a stumble or a run. If you think about it, if you do 2 kilometers a day, in 2 kilometers you could drag your ass around the place in 20 minutes for 2 kilometers. That over a period of a week, if you did that 7 days a week, that's like 14 kilometers a week that you are doing. That's 28 kilometers every 2 weeks. That's 56 kilometers a month that you're walking outside of everything else that you're doing. That's insane when you build it up over a month. I hope my maths are correct. So even if you do something small like that and combine that with the food, that is going to help you hugely. But again, you have to commit to doing this. There's no point going, well, I'm going to walk 5 days a week, and then you do 2 and give up. You get back and you go again. If it's raining, you get out there and do it. If it's sunny, you get out there and do it. If you're tired, get out there and do it. What I started to do, and here's a bonus tip, I started getting up and actually doing stuff physically at stupid times. 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m. That's what I do. I will go out, I will walk, or I will run, I will do something, and then I come back, I'm doing breakfast, before I used to just get up and literally sit in front of the computer and get some work done before I actually went into the office. Now, an hour or two before I would do that, usually, I'm getting a couple of kilometers in, I'm getting a sweat going, I'm getting a good breakfast, I can still do whatever work I need to do, and then I go out the door. It's mentally, it's tough at the start, because if you're just nailed into the bed, but after a couple of weeks it'll be in your head and it'll be in your body and your routine to get out and do stuff. Sure, you're going to be tired at the start, but you know what? I've never had so much energy. Okay? And then, speaking of energy, number 5, and this is a hugely important one, and this is the last tip, motivation. You're going to need something to motivate you. Whether that's a person that you like. Maybe you want to look like The Rock. Maybe you want to fit into better clothes. Maybe you want clothes to try on that will give you a huge boost because you're like, I could never try these clothes on. You need something to motivate you. You need something to envision, and that you can actually envision in your mind going, this is how I'm going to look like in this dress, or this is how I'm going to look like in this t-shirt, or these jeans, or these shorts, or whatever. So you need something to envision. And I followed a number of vloggers on YouTube, and they look really good and they're in really good shape, but in the tough sessions in the gym, I use them mentally to kind of envision I could look something like that at some point, and that kept me going. So you got to find anything to envision and to hold on to for motivation. It's a huge thing, and it doesn't matter what it is, and it's your motivation. Nobody needs to know, oh, why are you getting healthy? Because I want to. You don't have to explain why and what your motivation is. That's your thing. That's your little secret. Okay, but it's hugely important. I mean, for me, my motivation, I suppose, number 1, I didn't feel comfortable on camera at all, because I felt I was too big. I still probably feel a little bit too big, or maybe a big bit too big. And I know this is YouTube, and I know this is the internet, and there's dudes, and they're all kinds of shapes and sizes, and that's fine. But for me, that was a thing that I kind of got sick of looking at myself in pictures going, you could do so much better. Clothes. I got fed up of buying tents and rubbish bags almost to fit into. Now I don't have a wardrobe that fits anymore, but it doesn't fit for all the right reasons. Do you know when you're like an XL and then you go to 2X and you're like, oh yeah, okay. And then you go to a 3X and you're like, and then you're a 4 and a 5 and you keep going? That is soul destroying. You know, when you have to pay extra for a t-shirt that you buy online because it's using more material, that's soul destroying. So clothes was a motivational factor for me. But more importantly, it was my health. I've had a couple of health scares over the years. None of them, funnily enough, were health related, but they thought they could have been health related, as in my heart related. And I did angiograms and all that kind of stuff. So for me, I was probably some step away from some kind of cataclysmic, fatal disaster. And for me, my kids, that they're growing up, they're more active, they're not babies, just, feed me and clean me. And the thought of not being able to do stuff with them, and simple stuff. I'm not talking like, running 50 miles or kicking a football from one end of the country to the other. Simple stuff like running with them, like chasing them around the house, like doing those kinds of things that you couldn't do because you would be so out of breath. So I want to see them get married. I want to see them have grandkids. I could get knocked down by a bus tomorrow, but I'm trying not to get a banger and a heart attack instead. If I get knocked down by a bus, so be it. But heart will stay strong because I'm trying to look after it now. So they're motivating factors to me. If you don't have kids, then that doesn't matter. But you just need something to motivate you and keep you on track. And if you fail, and you will fail, trust me, you will fail. This is my 3rd time doing it. I've taken 3 attempts to get this, and it's finally locked in. I've never lasted nearly a year at this. And we're like 9 months in, 8, 9 months in now. And it's not changing because I've got a taste of the good stuff. And I mean, I've got a taste of stuff like being able to run. I've got a taste of stuff like being able to walk down the street or walk up the stairs without being in breath. I was able to climb a mountain that I couldn't do before. Clothes are fitting better. I can buy clothes that I haven't bought that size in a long time. So I've got a taste of the good life. And once you get a taste of that good life, as it were, then it's very addictive. But I get it. I get it. It's boring. Same food, or you can vary the food, but it does get boring. But you know what else is boring? Sitting on an operating table while you're waiting for an anesthetic to kick in, while a surgeon is about to stick a big needle in your arm to find out is any arteries in your heart blocked. That's boring. I know very well because I've been there. I genuinely get what you're suffering because I've suffered with it and I do suffer with it still. It's hard. But I've made the choice to change my life, and I think, once you make that choice and you can commit to it, then you got to make it stick. It's a lot of hard work. It's so much hard work. But hard work pays off. Nothing worth doing and achieving is ever going to come easy. So the hard work, you can make it stick. As I said, you get a better taste of things in life. You get a better life. You have better energy. You're positive mentally. I've never been stronger. I've got like another 40 pounds to go. I've got another couple of inches to go here and there. But, I'm getting there. I'm probably where I need to be. But after sticking with it for so long, why would you throw it away? Like the last time I did it, my world came crashing down after a couple of months when I was doing this. And mentally, that was it. It was game over. And it's taken a long time to rebuild all of that, but I've rebuilt it, and you can too. So that's the thing now. Once you get locked into it, 2-3 months in of just making a few small changes, they're going to make the world of difference in a very quick period of time. Why would you want to throw it all away? Why would you want to just chuck all of that good hard work away? All that effort you've made? For what? I mean, how many times have you said it? If I had started when I said I would have lost, or I would have been in such a different place. I've said that countless times. But you know what? The time will come that you're not going to say this because you're like, I'm so glad I started when I did. I get it though. It's so much hard work. But you know what's even harder work? That if you can't change things, the real hard work will be for the people who have to carry your coffin. But you won't be embarrassed about that.